Winter is here. Long runs are colder and darker. Runners need shoes that can weather the elements and face off the clouds. With a successor on the horizon, this might be a good time to pick up this version of a classic. Here's my 100-mile review of the Asics Gel Nimbus 24. I finally got the Asics Gel Nimbus 24 up to 100 miles in a couple of conditions, but for the most part in a windy, miserable West Cumbria in November. So these are the Asics Gel Nimbus 24. I picked mine up for approximately £110 from an online retailer, which is a good price, I would say, but I'll get onto pricing in a little bit because that's something that's quite controversial with this shoe. So what is the Asics Gel Nimbus 24? Asics say it's a max cushion daily trainer. It's not a stability shoe, but it does have certain stability features in a trussic system that runs through the centre of the midsole. The idea is that you rack up comfortable miles in these at a slow to steady pace, and I think they're pretty suited to that. How have I been using them over the last month? I've been using them for the most part in my easy runs, though a lot more of my runs have become easy runs. As I'm ramping up training on training days, I'm trying to stick to the rule of low heart rate when I'm recovering, or just trying to get mileage up for the week. And that's what I've been using these for the most part. The distances I'll take these shoes up to range from 5k recovery runs in them, but I have gotten them all the way up to the marathon distance in the last month. And I think they can manage all those distances. I've not been using them for faster days. They're not super cumbersome or heavy, though they're heavier than most everyday trainers. They just don't feel fast. There are other daily trainers that feel faster than these, such as the Pegasus line from Nike. How have they held up over these 100 miles? Well, I think they look great still. I'm a big fan of the bright blue launch colourway that I've got here. It looks great in contrast to the muddy and gloomy grey and brown tones of the Cumbrian landscape. The mesh up has held up great, besides a few muddy patches where I've been caught on rainy days. It looks absolutely fine. It's been super breathable. I am running in winter. I don't know if it will be suitable in hotter weather, but that's not something I have a major problem with. Just wear the right socks. There's a stretchy knit tongue in this shoe as well, which is super comfortable. It's been perfect when tied down with a runner's knot, and I've had no problem with it getting in the way or causing me any issues. It's breathable and really comfortable. As for the midsole, I've noticed no reduction in the cushion provided by the FF Blast Plus in this. In any of the runs that I've been on, it's held up perfectly, and there's a good amount of bounce, though not lots of snapback from the midsole in this one. As I say, it's for your slower runs, your easy runs, where you just want to tick along at your easy paces. The outsole on this one seems to be bulletproof. There's very little to no marks on there over the 100 miles that I've got in it. I think this thing could do a couple 100 more miles. I'm in no rush to retire these based on the look of the outsole. The grip on it's perfect. Whether it's wet or muddy, this thing seems to be able to handle anything I've taken it over. Great outsole on this. The trussic system that runs through the midsole and helps to stabilise the shoe, it's done exactly what I wanted it to. Too many times when I was running in the original Nova Blast did I feel like my ankles were going to go, or if I took it on a slightly dubious surface, my legs would feel tired afterwards from just trying to stay upright. You don't get that in these. It's super stable. You do feel really secure when running in it. It's something of a hybrid, this shoe, and I think that probably explains the popularity of it over the years. If you go into a running shoe shop and you're unsure about what you need, I can see why someone might just grab this off the shelf and recommend it to you. So the pricing on this shoe is an interesting one. It's currently listed at £165 on the Asics website, which for what you could consider a daily trainer is probably too much. It's durable and it will last a long time, but there are other shoes for a much more reasonable price point in this category that you could get your hands on. Now, what is worth noting is that in the new year, in 2023, the Asics Gel Nimbus 25 will be coming out. There are a couple of pictures knocking about online of that already, and funnily enough, it's not going to have the gel in the midsole. So this could be the last chance to get the Asics Gel Nimbus with gel in the midsole. The Nimbus 25 will come out and hopefully these will drop in price. You'll be able to grab them on sale for a much more reasonable price. These are really great everyday trainers with a lot of cushion that will help you tick away easy miles. But for £165, I do think that that's a bit steep. So that's it. This is perhaps your last chance to get your hands on the Asics Gel Nimbus with gel in the midsole. Some people think it's a gimmick. Some people think it's integral to the Gel Nimbus line. Let me know what you think if you have these and if you think the gel is important. I'm going to keep wearing them. I'm sure they've got plenty more miles in them left for me. Hopefully you found this useful. Thanks very much and have a good one. Cheers.